Hello everyone, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna give a little minute for things to load up and make sure we're running before I get going. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. There we go. Hi Adam, welcome. So today is the overview for the Hero Art Spring 2024 catalog release. It is a huge release. I have two giant piles of products to go through and show you guys, a bunch of card samples. There we go. Hello, hello. Hello, Dominic. Welcome. And yes, we hinted a couple of lives that we are going to have a special guest. Ralph Tyndall is here to introduce his incredible new collaborative line of awesome products. And he's also going to share a bunch of samples as well. I am going to get a little bit of time here just for people to load up and get the notification that our live has started before we dive right in and get Ralph up here. I'm so excited for him to show all the incredible samples too. I don't know if you guys have been following along the blog hop that we shared yesterday, because the release yesterday seems like 2 days ago. It seems longer than just yesterday. And man, some of the cards that the creators made are so good. I was blown away. Just an awesome, awesome blog hop. So if you haven't checked out the blog hop, I really encourage you to check it out. You can start over at the Hero Arts blog, start there. What is this thing over here? I think that's my umbrella. Forgot to move it back. That looks strange. There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring Ralph on here. Hello.
Hello. Hi. Great to be here. Hello, everyone. Happy, what's today? Thursday? I agree with you, Shannon. It feels like it's been like the last day has felt like 2 or 3 days, but we're hanging in there.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull myself away so Ralph can take over and introduce all of the incredible new products that he has coming out or came out actually. So let me pull myself away and let Ralph take the show.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Shannon. And thanks to all of you who showed up. Obviously, this is an overview of the full Hero Arts spring line. And I'm just a small piece of that. So I will go ahead and give you an overview of the products in my collection first, and then we can get into the rest of the goodies. And some of this has already been out there already, so some of this may be an old hat for some of you. But in case it's not, I'm super excited to share what we've been cooking up. So let me switch my camera real quick. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is there are kind of like 3 themes, I would say, in this first collection. And so I'm going to move through the products in kind of moving through those 3 themes, if you will. And so the very first theme is all around composition books, which I know is kind of a little out there, but I think it's also super universal and fun, and everyone has some connection to composition books and like school, and I don't know, I think stationery products in general make anyone happy. And so I just thought it was a fun theme to do. So we have a few products that make up this collection. The very first one is this 6x6 red rubber cling stamp. And if you're a Hero Arts fan, I'm sure you're very familiar with these already. But these are red rubber, and then we have a cling background, so you can stick this into your MISTI very easily. And this is just going to give you that kind of classic composition book style background. This is also really great, I think, for like mixed media applications. For instance, if you had like texture paste on a card, you could go in and add a lot of really fun texture with this composition book pattern. But of course, you can also use it to basically create cards that look just like composition books. And I will show you some samples in a second, but I'm going to take you through the next couple of cards first, or not cards, sorry, supplies. The second product is our extra large stamp and cut, and these are the composition notebook messages. So this is actually going to be a set of sentiment stamps, and also it has coordinating dies. And these dies are going to create basically those labels that come on the front of your composition book. If you use them in school, maybe you wrote like your school subject in it. If you were, English, history, whatever. But these are cards, so we have different options for sentiments. And I think that these are a lot of good everyday kind of sentiments. We have, of course, happy birthday, congratulations, hang in there. And then we have these sub sentiments that are kind of in a handwriting style font. Some really fun ones in here, such as, um, I don't know, I like them all. A special someone, my favorite person, life can be brutal. I know this sucks. I think that's fun with the hang in there to go hang in there. I know this sucks. And then we do have a couple of line stamps actually. So I don't know if you can see those here. There's a double line and then a single line over here. So you can actually add lines to these labels and then write in your own sentiment. Or if you want to write in the name of the person you're gifting the card to, you could even do, this card belongs to, and then write in the name of the person that you're gifting it to. That's a super fun option as well. And then to adorn your notebook, after you've done that, we also have a couple of sets of hero transfers. And if you're not familiar with hero transfers, these are Hero Arts versions of rub-on transfers. I'm sure most of you are very familiar with these. And we have two sets here. So the first set is a set of icons, and these are going to be kind of just fun, nostalgic images. And the second set is a set of messages. So you could actually use these to pair with your label on your composition book to add extra sentiments, or you could even put these on the inside of your card and use them as a sentiment. For instance, if you're sending a thank you card or just like a congratulations card, you could add your rad on the inside, or you can just stick them all over the front of your composition book to decorate them. Okay, and then these are also great, even if you're not making cards. These rub-on transfers, they're very similar to stickers, essentially. So they're super great to add to journals, calendars, planners, whatever. You don't even have to use these for cards. You can stick these on anything you would stick a sticker on. Now, let's show you some examples. And all three of these examples I have in front of me are pretty similar. This first one is just a very actually, is my camera mirrored? Or is that, actually, let me turn this. I think everything is backwards. Okay, how is that?
Oops, sorry.
No, you're good. Okay, so now I realize everything I just showed you was probably backwards. I'm so sorry. But this is just your classic kind of composition book here. I don't know if it shows up well on camera, but I did some heat embossing on here to add that shine like a composition book might have in real life. And then on the edge here, all I did was I added a strip of black cardstock, and then I actually used a different Hero Arts die, which is, what is this? This is the Hero Arts Detail Edge Fancy die to add a little bit of a stitching detail. Hopefully you can see that. And then over here, very similar, just made a purple one. And then yesterday, I was actually playing around and made one. This was supposed to be like a Valentine's kind of themed card. So I went with pink and then used the little I love you sign, and then sent it to my favorite person. And yeah, there's also a couple of other, I think I have a couple other images I can show you from maybe, let's see. Okay, yeah, here's another one this is a card that Richard, who's a very talented card maker, made. And he actually made a custom background. So this notebook paper kind of looking thing with all of the arrows and splotch and stuff, that was like a custom background he made. So he actually didn't turn the whole card into a composition notebook. He kind of made a composition notebook to put on top of the card, which I thought was really cool. I think these are actually the only photos I have. Shannon may have a couple of more, but I will let her show those here in a second. But that's the composition book. Let me go ahead and jump into the next theme, which the next theme is a theme that we are calling Center Stage. And so it's another bundle of products that all kind of complement each other. And kind of the main focal point of this set of products is this Center Stage colored layered stencil set. So this is a set of, well, I almost said four because it's almost four. It's a set of three layered stencils, and then you kind of get an extra bonus fourth stencil because you get this little mask from the inside of stencil number one. And this just creates a beautiful kind of theatrical stage. So you can do the stage and then the curtains. And what's really cool is we have a complementing die to go with it. So this is the, what did we call this? The stage curtain fancy die. And so once you have, created your beautiful stenciled stage, you can also run it. You can put this on top of your stage, run it through your die cutting machine. And we have all of these little kind of cuts in here that's going to add a bunch of extra texture to those curtains. And it really makes those curtains come to life. And then I don't know if you can tell, but there's also a second die here on the inside edge of this curtain. And what that's going to do is that's actually going to cut out this little centerpiece. So you can cut the curtain out and layer that on top of your card and not even have the stage or the background. Or you can keep it and just add some dimension. Very versatile. Or you could also just, I think we might have some examples of folks who actually just use the curtain on its own, not even including the stencil. So that's also totally an option. You can run this through with a red piece of cardstock. And since we are adding all that texture with these dies, you still get a beautiful, realistic looking stage curtain. Okay, so moving on, we have more in this kind of theme of center stage. This next stamp set, this is the center stage bundle. So this comes with the stamps and the coordinating dies, but you can also just buy this set as just stamps. You don't have to purchase the dies with it. And this comes with, as you can tell, a bunch of performers to adorn your stage with. So in here, we tried to get as many performers or different types of performers as we could in here. So we have a rock band and a singer, and then we have some actors up here taking a bow. We have some ballet dancers, and we even have someone over here giving a speech. So if anyone is, doing public speaking or maybe like a graduation card, you can incorporate that into there. Really anything in the performing arts. And then we also have this, I actually learned that this is called a truss recently. I've been calling this a rafter for the longest time. But we have this truss that you can hang from up above your stage and then add these little stage lights on top. We have two stage lights that are facing towards the stage and then two stage lights that are facing towards the crowd. And I'll show you in a couple of examples here soon how you can use those. Those are super fun. And then just a bunch of fun sentiments to go with it. These are all kind of around the theme of like celebration and congratulating people. So I think it's great for not only performers, but just anyone who likes, music or theater. Makes a really great congratulations card. Okay, and then last one in this set. This one is honestly, it seems to be very popular. So far this release is everyone's kind of gravitating towards this. It probably doesn't look like much in the package. I'll show you a few examples here in a second. But this is a crowd of like adoring fans. So you can actually layer this. It's kind of just a silhouette of the fans, and then you can layer that in front of your stage and just continue to emphasize the idea of cheering the person on that you're gifting this to. Okay, let me grab some samples. And the first one I'll show you because it uses I think my very favorite product in this set is the stage. And so here is an example using that stage. I can't tell. I feel like my lighting is a little dull in here. Hopefully this shows up okay for y'all. But this is an example of the stage. Here I use the stencil and the die. So hopefully you can see all of that extra texture in there that the die added. And then I did cut out the inside. So I popped the stage curtain up just to add a little bit of dimension. And then you can see in here where I use these stage lights and kind of created these lights. This is super easy to do. All you have to do is kind of make a triangle with some masking tape and then go in with like some yellow oxide. I think I used squeeze lemonade, or you could probably use other inks too. I went with the oxide because it'll sit on top of the paper. And then let's see, what else do we have here? Here's another one. So here we're using the performer set, the stage bundle set, but we're not using the actual stage. So here we just have a rock band, and then I went with the lights up here again. Once again, use that masking tape to create these kind of light beams. And then we have this crowd down here at the bottom cheering them on. Next, this one is super, super simple. All I did here was use a single performer, and then you could tell I was really into masking when I was making these cards. I just masked some rays here and put some, ink down, and then I grabbed this music. If you didn't catch that, this little music staff came from that same set, and then just threw the U rock on there. And yeah, Jennifer, I agree. I think that the stage, like when you first look at it, this whole center stage theme, it feels very specific, but the more you think about it, there's so many use cases between graduation, congratulations, anyone who's a performer. Here's another card that I made. This is using that crowd die once again, except I wanted to show you a different way that you could use it. So in this case, I actually used the crowd die as a mask. So all I did here was I cut out the die, layered it on top of my cardstock, and then just ink blended on top of it. And so I think that that makes a really great congratulations card or thinking of you card. And then in these cards, you've gotten a little bit of a glimpse of the very last product in the collection, which is this set of essential messages. So this is kind of the third outlier, if you will, of the very first collaboration line between myself and Hero Arts. And this is just a set of essential everyday sentiments. I did try to make them a little fun. So of course we have classics like happy birthday, congratulations, hello. But then I tried to add some fun ones in there that may be a little less common, such as I miss your face, hang in there, kid, you're killing it, seriously, I love doing life with you. And then we also added these coordinating dies up here. So the really fun thing about these dies that I like is they are slanted, which makes them a little different than your typical sentiment strips. And I think it adds a little bit more of a modern flair. It adds a little movement to the card. So all of these dies pair very nicely with these sentiments. And let's see, do I have any other samples I can show y'all? I'm not sure. I think I went through them all. Oh, actually, no, I do have a couple more that I can throw up on the screen, I believe. These are a couple more from the center stage bundle, which I just absolutely loved. These are from Laura Basson. I absolutely loved how she did the coloring of her stage here. You can see she really just used the curtain. She didn't actually go in and add that middle stencil that adds the detail to the behind curtain. She just kind of ink blended her own version. I thought that was really awesome. And then I'm gonna throw, I don't know a way to share this other inspiration, but I'm gonna throw this link in the chat for y'all. Don't leave the live, but if you want to pull that up and check it out afterwards, Ilda did an incredible creation using some of the stage products. And if you're on Instagram, definitely check that out. Let's see, let me take this down. And I think that's it on my side, Shannon. I think you might have a few more inspiration things to share.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I'm going to try one thing real quick, Ralph. I just think I figured something out. Can you hear me right now? Oh,
yes.
okay. I wish I knew how to do that. Minutes earlier. That was
All
awesome.
good.
I love seeing all your samples. I was especially curious about how you did the light shining, that like ray of light from your stage one. That's so cool that you use basically like a more opaque ink, like you said the oxides, but you could use to any of that would work. I even think like wonder if you used like a pigment ink too. I think that would work as well. But that was cool. I actually had a question about that card at the at one of the trade shows I did, and I was like, you know what? I'm not totally sure how Ralph did that. I'll have to ask. So it's good to know.
Yeah, it was oxides on top of just regular dye-based inks. But that card that I showed you that Laura Basson did, she did a really cool YouTube video, and she did her spotlight a totally different technique that I didn't even think of. So if you have time, go check out Laura Basson's YouTube video, and she has some great tips on that.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. Laura Basson's the queen. She's so good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna. Do you want to stay on screen while I share some of my, or I'll take you off?
Um, yeah, take me off. I don't
And
want
you
them to
can
be able to
comment
see.
if you want to. You know what, Ralph? I'll have you, if you don't want to comment, but I'll have you. You can chime in, and it'll just be me on screen if because I figured out
Perfect.
how to do it now. So let me add this. Move this. Okay, so you guys should hear me now. Just give me a thumbs up to let me know for sure you can hear me before
We
we
can
get
hear you.
going. Hello, Kathy. Okay, great. Thank you, Vicki. I always want to make sure. Sometimes I'm not certain. So I have some cards to share with that were created with Ralph's line from the creative team, and some of them are even mine. But first up, since we left off on kind of the stage products, this like center stage and the curtain and all those, let's start with those. I thought this one was really nice, and Ralph kind of shared one too earlier where you just focused on the images, like the people images in that center stage set, and made a whole card just from that. I thought that was really clever. Ralph did one where it was like Ray, like it was the singer, and like rays were coming out, kind of like she was singing, and that was her voice. I thought it was really brilliant use of, just simple, keeping it kind of clean and simple, but still having a very clear message. And I loved it. I thought this one was really cute. And this guy reminds me of Elvis on this card. I don't know why, but he does remind me of Elvis. And then I thought another one, and this kind of went along with like Laura's idea of not actually using stencils in the back. This was actually created without any of the stencils at all, just that curtain die. And they actually, with all dies, you can hot foil with them. So they actually hot foiled. I don't know if you can see some of that gold. So anywhere where it was raised, anywhere that die was raised, got foiled a little bit. And you can see a little bit of gold in those creases for the curtain. I thought that was such a neat idea. Really, really cool. And yeah, the yellow is nice, nice rays. And just I like how people thought outside the box, different ways to use all the products. Obviously, they all work together, but they can all be used independently too. And then here's one more without the stencils. Look at that scene. I think this was Jennifer. Jennifer made this. Look at how awesome that is. This really does to me look like a concert, doesn't it? It's so good. And I love the blue or the purple. That's not blue, that's purple. And her gradation. And then she did that silhouetting stamping of the band. So good, right? And then the little splatters really makes it look like very ethereal, like they're just really what a concert would look like with the lights turned down a bit. It's so good, right? It's really clever. I never would have thought to do that. And I don't know if you can tell, I want to hold it real quick. She even stamped the music notes in like, I'm guessing that's like unicorn white ink. That's a great idea, Adam. Oh, I don't know about you guys, but if someone gave me tickets to a concert, I would be very thrilled. In fact, I did get tickets for a concert for one of my birthdays because I'm very much into going and listening to live music. I love it. That's such a great idea. Oh, Vicki, you're like your daughter. That's a really good idea. And I think Adam or some other people shared about using the set for like if you have young performers in your life, that'd be so great. Like when they're all done with their performance, like a congratulations. I thought that was a cute idea too. Oh, you're going to go see Olivia Rodrigo? Ooh, I actually am going to a concert and not this week, but next week. But it's a bunch of bands. It's like I don't know. It's a festival. That's what it is. It's a music festival. And I'm super excited. I've never done that before. Usually I go to small concerts though. But look at this one. This one, we're now getting into the stencils, and look at look at how great these stencils work together. It creates such an in-depth scene. And this is basically a single layer card, guys. The only reason why it's not is just because she popped up this panel, but it could easily be a single layer card. Those are always great for mailing. They mail beautifully, but it still has tons of dimension. I love that. It's so good. And that, I know the floor, the curtains, the shadowing, the shading down back here, so good. This I think is Mindy. Yeah, this is Mindy. And then I kind of copied Mindy's idea, but I wanted to show this one because I wanted to show that most of the cards you've seen with the stage have all been this landscape style. I just wanted to show you how you can do it. You can also use them for portrait as well. And you can even go all the way to the bottom. It's just the only thing is you wouldn't have these lines for the stage. I think I have a sample here, actually. Let me grab my sample real quick. I think it's within reach. Okay, maybe I've forgotten where I put it. Oh no, I know where it is. Aha, here it is. I want to show you real quick without the crowd. So you would have, if you went all the stencils and used it, you would stop right here. But if you just didn't do that last bit of lines, you could carry it all the way down to the bottom. So, and it would be an awesome, a really big stage that you could fill with lots of different things. So that nutcracker scene that we talked about before, definitely. So very fun. Love this stage. I think there's so many different things you could do with it. And nobody really used like pastes. I want to try this with pastes. I actually want to try this with our iridescent embossing powders. I think there's a lot of fun, more texture and shine you can add too. So lots of fun there. And before we move on, I want to show these last cards, and then we'll say goodbye to Ralph. And then we'll move on to the rest of the products from the release. But I wanted to show you some of the composition cards from the creative team. Look at this one. Totally, to me, this one doesn't even like read as a composition book, totally different. She just used it to make like this background. And I love the rainbow colors, beautiful. And she just had like a soft blend behind after she stamped it. Really simple, perfect for a birthday card. Really love how she did that one. And then next, this one's so good. This one's Rosie's. And I really do need to ask Rosie how she did this. Because like Ralph showed on his, she did do a heat embossing. So the composition stamped area is shiny, which is gorgeous. But then she put the transfers on top. And what I'm really impressed with is how opaque the transfers are. And I think that might have to do with the glossy the heat embossing. So I got to get back to Rosie on this one, but I think this one's turned out so good. Love the colors, like the transition in the background between the blue to the purple. Just really, really great. Right? Yeah, Adam, that blue to purple is gorgeous. And then here's another one. Kind of more of a mixed media vibes, but still so fun, still bright and colorful. Again, stepped away from just going with the composition book look. And I love it. This one really feels like stickers to me stuck on. Well, any surface really, but it just really reads as stickers. I love the way she did this, and it almost aged them a little bit. I just think that is so fun. Really, really great. And she did a stamping technique where she inked it up with a bunch of different colors, spritzed it with water, and then stamped, and it creates this really cool lots of transition between colors, all within that composition stamp. Super neat. All right. So we're going to pop Ralph back on the stage. Okay, good. I was able to mute myself before an echo. All right, Ralph, thank you so much for showing us your line. I'm so grateful you were able to be here and just walk us through all the products and all the samples.
Yeah, absolutely. I am thrilled to be here. And yeah, just a big thank you to the Hero Arts team. It's been so fun just putting this release together. And it's so fun that it's now out there, and I'm excited to see what all of you do with it. If you make anything, please tag me in it. I'd love to see your creations. And yeah, thanks y'all. I appreciate all the kind words and support. And I can't wait for y'all to see the rest of the release. There's so many good things outside of this collaboration that I know Shannon's about to dig into. So be sure to stick around and catch all of that as well.
Thank you, Ralph. And definitely want to check out, move him real quick. There's going to be more from Ralph coming. So we're really excited about it because his designs are so good. And I can't wait for you to see all the other stuff eventually coming in the future too. So we're just really excited to have Ralph part of our Hero Arts family because he's just awesome. He's so good. All right, I'm going to move back to my overhead camera and we're going to go through the entire spring release. Are you guys ready? It's awesome. Let me remove myself. Okay, let's see it all. So I'm going to start with some of our clear stamps. First up is this really pretty decorative strip stamp set. Now this actually coordinates with the die that we've released in the past. And some of you might actually have this die. It's the sentiment strip die. We've released a couple of stamp sets that were sentiments, but like instead of like this one's all decorative, like strips of pattern. The other ones would have been sentiments instead. You'd stamp them all and then die cut them out all at once. You'd have the bunch of sentiment strips ready to go. So handy. And now we've added this kind of decorative one to the line. And I love the way it looks, but it can be used obviously with the die. It can be used independently. Let me show you some of the cards. Here's the card that the creative team made where they stamped it, and it's very light. I think they did the same kind of water technique that I described just the last card with the composition bold prints. But this one, they inked it up with ink, spritzed it with water, stamped it, and has this very soft look, perfect for a background. I love the way it looks, and I love how they silhouetted, or highlighted rather, the bunny here and butterflies with a pointed arch die, which is new to this release as well. Yes, now you understand why they're called strips, right, Gail? Kind of seems like just like a background, right? But until you realize it goes with that die. And here's a card where I actually use that sentiment strips die with the decorative strips stamp set, stamped it, white heat embossed it on 5 different sheets of Hero Arts cardstock, die cut it with the decorative or the sentiment strips die, and then adhered all the strips back together onto my card front to create this really pretty, bold, pretty colorful card front. And you can actually use all the strips and make 5 cards in total, which is nice. And just finished it off with some butterflies, new to this release, and this awesome Smile Friend stamp and cut. This is probably my most favorite from the release, is this sentiment and stamp set. We'll get to it, and you'll see it many times. Thanks, Ralph. I like that one too. That one's one of my favorites. Okay, next up, another clear stamp. This one is, now I apologize, this one looks a little dirty. It's because I've used it. This is the Hero Arts Texture Blocks stamp. Really great. I see so much fun with this. I've actually already made some cards that I can't share yet, but I will share eventually. Kind of creating like a tiled background. So much fun. Such gorgeous textures in each one of these. They're 1 inch by 1 inch little texture stamps. So fun. This again is the Texture Blocks stamp set. Really great one. Great for mixed media. I know there's some mixed media guys out there. This one's a good one. Here's a really kind of beautiful, this is a mix, I feel like on the mixed media side, but very clean and, not busy, very clean and simple, I guess, be the way to say it. But isn't it gorgeous? And look how she just stamped it, just kind of draw your eye and ground that sentiment. So good. And just little subtle texture some places. I love this card. Really pretty. This is by Jennifer. Jennifer's so good. She's just so good. And then on the same vein as that one being mixed media, we have a couple mixed media stamps here. This one is the vintage postmarks and tickets stamp. Look at all those gorgeous stamps there that you can stamp and add interest to your backgrounds, like tickets and script and just a bunch of really, really great postage mark kind of stamps. Really, really, really good. Again, this one is the vintage postage mark. Oh, well, that would be why there's postage marks and tickets. And then kind of along with that is and again, I apologize for how dirty this is. This is my only one I have, so I have to share one I used. This is my vintage map and ledger. So another really great one. This one's got this fun squiggly. I love that. Again, some more numbers, kind of postage-like images. There is a map. Whoops. There is a map down here. And just kind of some ledger grids, you know, images. Again, great for mixed media, kind of adding texture to your backgrounds. Let me show you some samples with those two. We have a bunch from our creative team. They really made some gorgeous samples. Here you can see the ticket or postage mark. I forgot the name of it. Postage mark and ticket, I think is what it's called. Yep, postage mark and ticket stamp set. You can see some of the little cutout images there. I love how she did that. So much texture. Here's another one. She stamped, like you can see them here, just in the background, adding so much more interest and depth to her background. Gorgeous. This one's from my Rosie too. Now we're moving on to some of the ones from the, my brain can't keep it in there. Map and ledger, vintage map and ledger. Love the stamping and just the little accents. So fun for your mixed media cards. Gorgeous. Here she heat embossed in the background. Did a wash kind of over it. And then look at that. She used the squiggly from that vintage maps and ledger stamp. Really great. Yes, Vicki, that's right. You can use them for many years. I agree. They're really classic designs. This one has both elements, both stamps from the maps and ledger, as well as the postmark and tickets. So both. Love how she kind of did like almost like a postcard-like design with this. Here's another tag from Debbie. And we kind of saw one of these before. She made two. Let's show them together. These are by Natasha. She is so good at getting tons of texture in her projects. Love that. So, some great mixed media stamps that came out with the spring catalog release. Now we're going to move on to some really springy images. And you know what? I need probably a white paper. Am I out of white paper? That's tragic. How can that be? Let me grab another piece. This is the Spring Bunnies bundle. They are so adorable. I love how we have a bunny here jumping, a bunny laying on a carrot. They're just so cute. Bunch of little flowers, butterflies, really adorable. Perfect for spring. We have sentiment says, hopping by to say hi, many blessings to you. Sending bunny kisses, that's adorable. Happy spring. Such a great set. This is the bundle, so if you purchase the bundle, that means that's the only way to get the coordinating dies. So you can just purchase the stamp set if you choose. Ralph was kind of talking about that as well. But if you know you want the dies, or you think you might want the dies, that you want to purchase the bundle, because you cannot purchase the dies individually. Spring Bunny bundle. Let me show you some of the cards with that. We have a bunch because our design team or creative team went crazy because they're so cute. I know, Vicki, that bunny and carrot is adorable. And of course, that was the first one I had to show you because I thought it was so cute. And look, there's an additional carrot image here that you can actually add to your scene. Love that. That's so adorable. Here's another card featuring that bunny and carrot, but then they did no line coloring. Really, really good job. This is Lydia. She's amazing, amazing artist. Here's another cute, I love this idea of taking the bunny images and almost, it's like a comic strip kind of, or a graphic novel styled kind of card where you can almost build a narrative just with these individual postage stamp kind of, or squares. So cute. And they don't have to all fit, you know, you don't have to have them all fit inside. You can just get a bit of it to, that's all you need. I thought that was such a clever design. Isn't that adorable? Yeah, with contour ink, exactly. Yes, she used contour ink, stamped it, and then did no line watercoloring. She's so good. Lydia is an amazing artist. This one's Copic colored. I just think this is a brilliant card design. This one's by Heather. Oh, Heather's so good at card designs. Oh, that's a good idea, Adam. I like that. And then here's another cute one. Again, like sometimes I get stuck in the rut. I don't know about you guys, about like I have to build a whole scene if I have animals or critters. But no, you could just use them as accents. Then, which is all she did here. She just placed them on top of this beautiful tulips background, which is also part of this release, just to kind of accent the sentiment and bring your eye in and kind of ground things a little bit. I love that. That's such a brilliant idea. So it doesn't have to be like this whole scene. You don't have to build a whole scene. You can just kind of add it as an accent. So aren't those bunnies so cute? They're adorable. I think they're irresistible, honestly. So that's the Spring Bunnies bundle. It's like a tongue twister. Next up we have these beautiful floral. This is the Wildflowers bundle. This is a pretty big floral image. Let me grab you. This is an A2 panel. You can kind of see how well it fills that A2 panel space. It could be the focal point all by itself, especially if you maybe added a butterfly. Really, really pretty. And you have some great classic sentiments here. Like this is just, this is going to get used. Happy birthday, hello friend, thinking of you. Really wonderful. And again, there is, and I didn't point out with I should have pointed out with the Spring Bunnies, but like the Spring Bunnies and like this one Wildflower, there are dies for the sentiments. I forgot to point that out because that's something that's a big deal for me. It's really important for me that the sentiments have dies. I love that. And both these sets do. I think it just makes it so much easier to design your cards when you know you can also cut out the sentiment just in case. Just gives you more options. Let me show you some cards with this Wildflowers set. We have this really clean and simple birthday card. What I love about this is she just did a gradation. That's how she added her color. And then she stamped all of her images in black and white. This is such a great solution if you don't want to color. You don't want to color your images. This is such a great idea to still get color, but not actually have to color. Really, really good. Brilliant. This one's by Janine. Oh yeah, she's really clever that way. Here is a very pretty colored one. I believe this is watercolored. So pretty. Nice and clean and simple. Just a little bit of blending to kind of bring your eye in. Gorgeous. Dana. Oh, Dana's so good. Do I make you nervous with my X-Acto knife? I do X-Acto knife cut sometimes, but normally I scissor cut my sentiments out. But yeah, I'm not very good with an X-Acto knife, so I would never dare cut something out that needed precise cutting with an X-Acto knife. And look at how pretty this one is. She kind of made like almost a little garden down here at the bottom with the flowers. Nice and clean, simple. Did a beautiful scalloped edge just to add a little bit more interest and texture. Really good idea. And then look at this stunning one. She made a whole bouquet. She included the butterfly, stacked it with lots of different die cuts out of different colored cardstock to kind of really draw your eye to it. I thought that was really clever. I think this is a collage, but nice. All right, moving on. I'm gonna have to probably speed up here a little bit. Sorry, I'm used to going slow. I gotta speed it up. This is a new With Sympathy set. Really pretty butterflies and floral set here. Lots of sentiments. With sympathy, thinking of you, you're in my thoughts and prayers. Again, there are dies for the sentiments. In addition to all the images, let me share with you some cards. I love this very classy black and white one. Really pretty. And then we have a gorgeous watercolor one, very layered. I think that's so pretty. She did such a great job coloring. Actually, I think this might be Copic colored, possibly. Yes, Copic colored. Really pretty. Oh, yellow's one of my favorites too, Vicky. Oh, you don't like butterflies, Ralph? Oh, that's funny. These ones are nice. They're so kind of I don't know. Because they're not too busy. The wings aren't all patterned, which is nice. Kind of makes them easier to incorporate. This one's really cool. I love how she kind of reduced her canvas with this arch die and then kept it really simple with just one branch or one sprig of flowers and her butterfly and with sympathy. Now I want to point out that this was actually created with transfers. It wasn't actually stamped, even though there is a stamp set for this with sympathy set. There's also a transfer set, which, like Ralph was saying, they're like rub-ons. So if you're familiar, most of you probably are familiar with rub-ons. These rub-ons are not like rub-ons in the past, though. They're very, very easy to use. And I did want to open this up and show you because all of the transfers will come with 2 sheets. And the transfers that Ralph showed you, there's 2 sheets in his sets, and they're the same. This one's a little different. That's why I wanted to open up and show you, because the second sheet actually has white, and it's going to be really hard for me to show you on camera. But these are actually, I'm going to lift it up just a bit because I think you'll see it a little bit better. Can you see? It has all the images up here, but in the reverse. So it's white. I thought that was so fun. Such a great idea. Transfers are great, Adam. They're really easy and they're very fun. And they actually work as a resist. So there's actually some fun techniques you can do with transfers. Okay, I'm gonna put that aside. We're gonna move on to another fun little critter set. This is the birthday animals bundle. We have some fun, unusual animals. I don't know how many sets have a platypus. Fun crocodile with a hat, chicken, duck, ducklings, a little frog or toad, an adorable, look how cute that little tortoise or turtle is with his little party hat. And some fun like confetti, more party hats that you can add to any, even one, what do you call those? Those horns? They're not, are they horns? Party horns? You can add, and some great, just fun, perfect birthday sentiments. Really, really fun set. And here is the coordinating dies for that set. Cuts out all the images. They are very cute. Let me show you some cards with those. Look at this super cute card. I love the lacquer that she added to like some of the elements. I don't know if you guys can see that shine on the turtle shell, the hat, the bow tie, on the back of that crocodile there. Oh, even his teeth. This was done by Heather. So great. We have another crocodile one, nice and clean and simple. Just such a great example of how just one image can be basically your whole card. Maybe just you narrow your canvas by stacking die cuts. Really, really good idea. Isn't he cute? He's sitting very cute. I love the way he sits. And then next up, this is one of my favorites from the release. I don't think this one gets enough love. This is the I Appreciate You bundle. And again, I apologize, but this one is used. I only have one to show you, so I have to show you the one I used already. Oh, Mindy's here. Hi, Mindy. And there's some really great sentiments in this set. Not only do I love these images, I think this hug is cute. These ladies hugging are so sweet. Peace, heart hands, love that. But there's also these very great sentiment strips. I know these are sentiments I would use a ton. See, Mindy said, Mindy's my girl. I've used those sentiments quite a few times, I think, right? Because they're so good. They're just really great. You make the world a better place. There's no one quite like you. You're extraordinary. And then I love the way these combo sentiments look, where they're a bold word with the smaller text or thinner text, less bold. I don't know the right word to say, but they're really great. I love the way they look. Let me show you some cards from the team. Oh, let me point out the dies. Again, here you have dies for the images, and you also have dies for the sentiments. So really great. The only ones you don't have dies for are these long ones that you would cut as a strip anyways. And here we go. And look at that one. Isn't it beautiful? They used those hugging friends in the center. Your a true friend sentiment from that set. This background is actually a bold prints from this release. This one I thought was so brilliant. This is by Pam, I believe. Yep, Pam. She did such a great job kind of bringing your eye in with the hearts into that heart hands. And it says, you have a heart of gold with a gold heart in between. Isn't it so good? Love this one. Heart hands again with a gold heart. You have a heart of gold. So cute. Yeah, black and white with a pop of color. Classic. Brilliant. And here you can see the hugging hands. And look, the hands holding a heart, sending you a hug. So sweet. I think this must be Pam too. Brilliant. They use these products so well. So clever in their design. All right. Now we're going to move on to a Heroscape. Hero is known for their Heroscape sets. They're so fun and easy to create a very a landscape that has tons of depth. It's a color layering kind of scent idea. This one is the where's my brain? Breath of Spring, and it kind of has this layered grass with flowers and a sky. There's a bunch of sentiments here. There's even some bees and some dragonflies. The sentiments are thinking of you. Thank you. You are a breath of fresh air, a little something just for you, and happy birthday. And I'm going to open this up. And there are dies for the grass and the sentiment. Really, really awesome set. Let me show you Mindy's card, actually, that she made with this set. Look at how beautiful that is. She did kind of like an ombre inking technique for the sky, which it makes it just look so beautiful, like a beautiful, perfect spring day. I love her little bees. We love our chunky bees at Hero Arts. And then her beautiful grass. You can see all the depth there. That grass, such a great scene. Very easy to do. Yes, Mindy loves the Heroscapes. They're so good. They're so fun. They're a big wow factor for little effort. They're really great. And then we have another Heroscape. This is the Stone Bridge landscape. Again, you kind of stack up. You're going to stamp these images. Some of them will get layered on top of each other. These two bridge stamps will be layered on top of each other. These two, actually these three will be four actually. We layered to create the water and the background a little bit. And you have some great sentiments and some additional elements. There's some koi fish or fish, some cattails right there. Oh, a little, I didn't even notice that before. There's a little paper boat. How cute is that? And here's the die to die cut out the bridge, basically. And then you have sentiments, or dies for the sentiments and dies for the turtle and the little paper boat. So cute. Let me show you some cards that I have with that. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. It does kind of look like Central Park bridges. And let me show you. I think these might be, oh no, Rachel. Look at how great this one is. She did such a good job with their color choices, her bridge. She's got the fish down there, the cattails, her little scene back here. And there's a little turtle going over the bridge. It's so cute. You've crossed my mind. That's hilarious. I love that. That's such a good idea. Here's another one. She used the with sympathy. I have a hard time saying that today from that set. Use the fish. Here are the turtles down here. She stamped the cattails on the edge. Really nice. Really, really pretty. All right. And this one, I don't know if you got, I can't remember. Maybe Mindy remembers what. Let me hold it this way. This was actually part of one of our hero kits. And this is, they don't call this a Heroscape, but it's basically like a Heroscape. This is called the Color Layering Sunset Over Waves Bundle. You can kind of see here the scene that it creates. I do have a couple cards to share with it. Let me grab those too. But it basically creates like a sunset, sunrise, kind of dealer's choice. And over like an ocean. Really, really pretty. You've got like the, what do you call that? Like the surf there, foam there. I posted cards on my blog using the kit. LOL. Did you? Yeah, that actually, Mindy, my cards I'm sharing are when I used the kit too, but I can't remember when the kit was released, but I'm sure I can look it up, but I forgot to look it up. But there's a bunch of additional images in this set. Really handy, the suns, the different suns or moons, if you want to do a night scene. But also you have like a silhouetted girl, you could do the orchid jumping in the water, dog playing on the beach, some rocks that could go in the ocean. There's a lot of fun possibilities for building your scene here. I love this lighthouse too, pelican. This is a really great set. Sentiments as well, embrace the sun. May every sunset bring you peace. Happy birthday, sending you an ocean of thanks. Hello, friend. I use that one a lot. I did do a night scene. Yeah, Mindy. Wow, you're good. And then you've got some dies here there's been dies for the sentiments, some of the sentiments. The other ones you would cut out as a strip. So dies for the sentiments you wouldn't cut out as a strip. A circle die for the sun, that's super handy. Trust me. And then even dies for the images as well. So handy die set. And yeah, here's the night scene I created with that set. So instead of a sun, I just turned it into a moon and use that kind of reflection for like the moon's reflection on the water as opposed to the sun's reflection on the water. Oh, Mindy, you're so kind. And another part of kind of coordinating product with that, let me get the name right here, Color Layering Sunset Waves, we'll pull it out on screen, is this window die. This is the Tropical Foliage window die. It also wasn't part of the kit, but it was an add-on product from that same release. But it just works, well, maybe it is part of the kit. Actually, it is part of the kit. I take that back. It was probably one of the premium parts. Ooh, I forgot that one. But it works super well with these stamps. And let me show you a card here that I created, kind of a sunset scene. Look at how beautiful it looks, cut out in black over a very colorful scene. It just that really silhouetted look, just really, really cool. Yeah, this is a great stamp set and coordinating window. Really, really fun. Lots you can do with that scene. I don't know if you can tell, I got my girl there looking out over the ocean. Okay, and next up, my absolute favorite, one of my absolute favorites from this release, just because it's something I know I'm going to use over and over and over and over again. It is the Smile, let me make sure I say it in the right order. Yes, Smile Friend Stamp and Cut. This is a great set. These word dies here are very large. I might have lost my panel. Oh, no, I didn't. Here's that A2 panel here. You kind of see, but it was using my couple cards, so I've got some samples here. But it fills the space really nicely. I love large word dies, but it can basically become your focal point of your card. Just pair them with a fun background. Boom, you're done. Super easy card building. Just awesome. And then you have all these additional kind of sub-sentiments that you can pair with either Smile or Friend. This is a great one. Again, this is the Smile and Friend Stamp and Cut. And you can't get the stamp set or the dies separately. They're all bundled together in this one set. So if you like this, you have to get both, all of them together, right? The font is so good, right? And we have this great friend card here. They didn't even use the sub-sentiments. I love how they stacked it up a bunch. Really, really pretty. Here she used both Smile and Friend. Such a good idea. Combine them together, right? So good. And then next up is, we're going to move on from that to some kind of combo. It's a big release, guys, so I hope you're keeping up with me. Because now we're moving on to kind of combo products, like the stamp set with a coordinating stencil. That's probably how I should say it. First up is the mandala flower pattern. So you have this beautiful kind of pattern that would work great for a background. I love the details in it. You could just stamp it, have tons of fun coloring it, but there is actually layering stencils to make coloring this very, very easy. And I think my cat's going to get really noisy, so I apologize. There's also a couple sentiments. Thank you, congrats, just a little note. There is no die for this. There's no die for this intentionally so. You can see it pretty much fills your whole, it's a little bit smaller than an A2 panel. It pretty much fills it. Every time I try to say fill, I feel like I have a Utah accent. And I'm not from Utah. And here are the layering stencils. I'm not going to open up, but there's 4 in total. And they allow you to kind of quickly color that pattern in. You could also use the stencils all by themselves. So you can use the stamp set all by itself. Just stamp it like a tone-on-tone background. It'd be great for a background. You could stamp it and color it if you want to on your own. Maybe do an emboss resist technique with it. Or you can use it with the stencils. And the stencils also can be used on their own. I want to show you this beautiful card. So pretty. She stamped it, heat embossed the design in silver, and then used the stencils to color in the design. So pretty. Love how she did this. This is so good. This is Heather. She's really, really clever with her card designs. Next up is this one here. I love how bold and vibrant this is. They stamped it in black, colored it with the stencils. I like how they centered it and put the sentiment inside the center. Really cute. Janine, oh, she's really good. Or Jeannie, sorry. And then this one I wanted to show because here she only did, this is Rachel, she only used the stencils. So you can see how beautiful it looks with just the stencils themselves. So you can actually get, you know, just one of these products. You don't have to get both, even though they work together so nicely. All right, moving on. Yeah, that one was really pretty, right? Really great. Okay, and then next one. This is also a really great set. This is the tulip. Actually, I should get the die first too. The tulip pattern cover plate. So this is a die. It basically fills your whole A2 panel. And the coordinating stencils for it is the color layering tulip pattern stencils. Again, can be used all by itself or with the stencils. The stencils can also be used all by itself. Let me show you some cards. First, I'll show you this one that I made. Is this your favorite, Ralph? This one's a great one. Yeah. As besides Ralph's, you know, Ralph's way up here, high on our list, right? But these other ones are really, really fun too. There's just so much. There's so many good things. It's hard to pick a favorite, really. So here's one I created with just the stencils. So I didn't use the cover plate die, but I did do a little bit of paste for the for one of the stencils to add a little texture and shine. I thought that turned out really pretty. I am going to have a cough here. I can feel it. Then I want to show you a couple samples. Look at this beautiful one that Sika did. She used the stencils to blend this like ombre tulips. So good. And then she did actually use the die to add some dimension. I don't know if you can see. It's add a little depth there. Really, really pretty. Stunning. And then I wanted to show you this one. This one's by Heather. She did such a great job. She blended the background first, then die cut it out. Actually, she made 2 panels. Die cut one of the panels out and then popped up those tulips Isn't that great? What a clever idea. I thought it was so brilliant. And didn't pop it up in the area where she wanted to put her sentiment. Really, really clever. I'm telling you, Heather's got really, really good ideas. So yeah, this is the pattern or tulip pattern cover plate, tulip color layering, tulip pattern stencils. That's going to be a popular one. I predict that one's going to sell out. So just giving you a warning. Next up is the, this is another one that I thought was so cool, is this one here. This is the color layering marbling stencils. This one's really, really fun. There's 3 stencils in this set. And I just think this is great for kind of a different kind of background. Nice. It could be, if you wanted to go lean towards a more masculine kind of feeling card, or just, you know, just for any occasion. I think this one is really great. It would even work for like a wedding because, like, you know, marble's kind of fancy. And I actually think this card could work for that. Look at how the light palette is really nice. She combined it again with it. Is this yours, Mindy? Oh, no. I thought it was because she used the sentiment that you said from that. I appreciate you set. But this one is just really pretty. For the last layer, she did use the gold paste, but I love the soft colors. I think that's just so stunning. Again, you can see what I'm talking about, where you use the large word dies, basically your focal point in the card. Boom, done with the background. Really easy card making. I might have to go back to work. I know. There's a lot, and they're all so good. Here's one I created. Very similar idea, where I did use the gold paste, just a different color palette, and did a little stacked offset stacking for my friend die cut. Did finally use the sub sentiment from the set. So friend, thank you for being you. Again, I love that marble set. Can't wait to try some more techniques with it. Oh, yes, with some pearlescent paste. I agree, Ralph. That would be awesome. Especially if you're going for like that, like I was saying, more like a really classy, elegant look. That would be a really good solution. And then we have another color layering stencils. This also came out with a kit. This is the color layering seashell stencils. There's 3 stencils in this. This is just a really fun set. Great background. I love all the little details. I had a really fun time when I played with this stencil. I turned my background into basically into a shaker card, just die cut it out with a window. And that was a really, really fun card. And I did, actually, this one is the pearl, I think. Oh, yeah, I think it is the pearl. So I used the pearl paste on this one for the seashell. See, that's appropriate, right? Use the pearl paste for the seashells. I did add a little drop shadow, which is really fun. It makes things pop a little bit more. All right. And then we have one more color layering stencil. This is the color layering thank you love stencils. The only thing is that I have the old packaging. There's no heart in the stencils. It's just this thank you and love. I really like the way the love looks. I think that's so pretty. That would have been perfect for Valentine's, right? The premium kit. Okay, that's where it was. The premium kit. Thank you. I knew it was part of one of the kits. I just couldn't remember. Well, I can't remember which month it was. And here's a couple cards with that color layering thank you stencils. We have this fun thank you card. Really pretty. She added a drop shadow too, and it's so effective. Really makes them pop. And then here's another thank you. She combined it with that mandala pattern stamp set. What a clever idea. It's almost like hidden, or you know those, like, you know that red, like the red magnifying glass that you hold over things, and all of a sudden, like, all the red, you can't see the text, and then you hold it over and then it pops. That's kind of what this reminds me of. I think it's a fun idea, really creative. And now we have some stencils, some single stencils. So these are not layering stencils. Stencils are one of my favorite products. They're just so versatile. You can use them for so many different techniques. So I'm a sucker for stencils. I love them. Plus they store pretty thinly, so they don't take up a lot of space. So that's pretty good. And they're usually a lower price point, especially if if it's just a single stencil like this. First up is the Leaves and Abstract Shapes stencil. Love that. And these are 6x6, so they're big. They're going to cover your full A2 panel. No problem. So that was the add-on, not the window. Got it. Here's a fun card where she used it with the glitter paste. Just a nice, simple background. I love the way that looks, and combined it with a really clean, simple sentiment. This is by Rosie. Love that glitter paste. Can you see the shine? So cool. Not only shiny, add some texture. Then we have this adorable, this one's so cute. This is the butterfly pattern stencil. Look at how beautiful that is. I love all the details on the butterflies, and I really love that there's some solid butterflies and flowers thrown in here that just kind of breaks everything up. So fun. I can't wait to play more with this one. There's going to be a lot you can do with this. And look at this beautiful card here. This is by Jennifer. She did a rainbow blend with that stencil, did a soft blend after or before, with probably after, with her brushes, just to add a little color, little tint to the background. So simple, but look at it, it's such a big impact, right? That sentiment, these sentiments are from, again, that I Appreciate You stamp set. I'm telling you, not enough love for that set. That one's a good one. Aren't they so good? Cynthia, you got a good eye. They are beautiful. They are really good. And look at this gorgeous, yeah, Natasha, I knew it was. So good. Look at all the texture she has on this. And you can see she used that butterfly stencil with the gold paste to add a little interest to her kind of mixed media tag. And it's just stunning. Stunning. Love it. And look, I believe that's also from the I Appreciate You stamp set. And last but not least of our stencils is the Floral Garden stencil. Really pretty. I love the kind of the modern look of these flowers. Really gorgeous. And this really clean and simple card, just like craft cardstock, white pigment ink, unicorn white pigment ink. And it's just beautiful. This could be wedding, right? Right? What do you guys think? Could that be a wedding card? I know it's on the simpler side, but it does look very classy, I feel like. Yeah, so clever, right? She's brilliant. Natasha's brilliant. All right, now we're going to move on to some dies. So we did all the stencils. Now we're moving on to some dies. First, I'm going to show you some cover plate dies. This is the flower pattern cover plate die. Isn't it? Oh, invite, totally. Or maybe like a little less formal, like what do you, reception? No, not reception. Engagement party. There we go. That's the word. It's been a long time since I got married. Or been to a wedding, to be honest. But look at the flower pattern die. This is so great. This one is one of my favorites too from the release, because it's a cover plate die that's really pretty. So you can use it for your, just like as a cover plate die to die cut a panel. But you can use all these little negatives that it die cuts out and assemble them to create another card or add accents to a card. So it kind of has like a dual purpose. Engagement party. Yes, there we go. See? And look at this. Here's a perfect example of what I was saying. See, she die cut, she created a panel with like the sprays, or metallic sprays, die cut it out with this flower pattern cover plate die, and then use that as basically her background. And then she used the negatives for a second card. Love that, like 2-for-1. So fun. And really, really pretty cards. We have more. We have this beautiful one here. Oh, looks like got a little scratch. Oh, are we back? The internet completely stopped. I lost all internet.
It's not. It's fine. Yes, you're finally done. She's not done. She isn't. All her internet was lost.
Try again.
Then how's the light on? That doesn't our internet. It's been 2 hours.
Oh no, what the heck happened?
How long was this live supposed to be?
It's only been over an hour, so I've gone much longer before.
I'm hungry.
Well, wait, can you guys hear me? Am I live? Uh-oh. I'm not sure if I'm live or not. I think I am. Well, let me try something real quick. Ooh. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not.
Shannon, we can hear you.
Change. Oh, thanks, Ralph. I on my end completely lost internet. So
You're back.
wow, Ralph, I'm glad you stuck around. I don't know, like I'm glad. I'm gonna keep going. I can't see the comments anymore. I'm gonna try to get my computer to reload, but I guess I'm glad my phone is still working. So, wow, I'm glad you're here, Ralph, to let me know because I can't see if I'm still working or anything. All right. Well, I did want to show you this card real quick because I did use the negatives just to kind of frame that sentiment there. Oh, that threw me off. And I'm sure you heard my kids complaining. They're like, that live is forever. I had to remind them that it's only been an hour. That's not too bad, really. And then next up, we have the parquet. I always have to look up how to say this. Cover plate. This is such a great, intricate die. Look at how beautiful that one is. And here she used it. She die cut it out of white, paired it with the simple, again, the sprays background. Really, really pretty. Nice, easy card there. Love that. Close that. Open that. Yes, but clear. So that might be why it's working. Sorry, guys. I apologize for, I don't know why all of a sudden my internet completely cut off. That's never happened before. And then we have this one here where she cut it out of colored cardstock and inlaid some of the negatives. Really, really pretty background. And she just inlaid like the bigger pieces. Really clever. You know, she didn't try to inlay all these little ones. She just used a dark navy cardstock in the back. Really great. And then this one was fun. She took the negatives and cut around one of those kind of squares and made her like own little focal point. I thought that was really a good idea. All right. Now we're going to move on to some fancy dies. And first up is a new peeking critter. This is the Peeking Bunny Fancy Die. Isn't he so cute? We had fancy dies come out a couple of releases ago. They were some Christmas themed ones. They were very popular, super fun, especially the snowman. And I'm so excited we are adding to the Peeking line. And this bunny couldn't be cuter. And there's a bunch of accessories, a carrot, hat, flower, a little scarf. So cute. And let me show you some samples. Look at how cute. We've got the bunny peeking over the fence or peeking past the fence. Really cute. Here we have another with the bunny peeking past the fence. She kind of created a whole scene around it. And then in addition to the bunny, we have the peeking chicken. And look at how fun. I love I think Lydia did this one. Yeah, love how she. We're back. Okay, great. And let's move on. I'm going to try to go fast now because we're cutting in and out. And you saw a couple of those bunnies, this die already. This is just the die on this card with another die from here from this release, but made a whole card from that basically. This is the butterfly foliage fancy die. You've seen these butterflies on a lot of cards so far, even some of this foliage. Really handy for building scenes with those peeking images and with the wood fence. Here she made a whole scene with just butterfly foliage die. I'm gonna refresh real quick here. Strange. And then we have the floral wreath fancy die. So pretty. This one is one of my favorites too. It's really, really nice. Minnie made some stunning cards with this. I want to grab my grid here so you can see how it fills. I feel like every time I say that, I say it weird. Really does fill your A2 panel really nicely. And then you got this card here. Really pretty. Is this Mindy? Yes. So pretty. And she used one of our new letterpress foil plates. So great. Did a little Copic coloring, I believe, on that. Yep. Really pretty. And now we're going to move on to some hot foil plates. So these are just for hot foiling. First, you have this beautiful Zen Circles hot foil plate. Fills a whole A2 panel. We have some great samples with that. Look at how beautiful this one was, or is, with the silver. Very simple, foiled some colored cardstock and then paired the sentiment from that stamp, that Smile Friends stamp and cut. Also, this one's from the I Appreciate You stamp set. So great. That's Heather. Look at how cute she uses this back chat, or at least was when I could see it. And then we have the Vine hot foil plate. Look at how great that is. And Mindy made some beautiful cards with this one too. So again, this one can only be used for hot foiling. You could do some dry embossing with the hot foil plates as well. That's another kind of fun technique you can do with them. Here we have this card by Jeannie. This one's so cute. I love how she did like just a partial panel with that. What a great idea. Again, narrowing your canvas, making it less to fill. Here is Mindy's. Look at how beautiful that is. She used the butterfly from the butterfly foliage, fancy dies, framed it, ombre background, absolutely stunning. And now I'm going to show you some letterpress foil plates. Now these are we're still waiting for them to arrive, and I think we're working on, if we're not going to have it very soon, we'll have it in a couple of days, a way you can actually pre-order these. So I thought I would show them anyways, even if that app is not quite up and running yet. Still wanted to show you them because they are still a part of this release, even if they are running a little bit late. This is the Antique Bee letterpress foil plate. Look at how beautiful. So these, I should talk about the letterpress and foil plates, how they're different than the hot foil plates. So the hot foil can only be used for hot foiling. The letterpress and foil plates can be used with your better press, and they can also be used for hot foiling with your glimmer machine. So really, really cool because you can do two techniques with this. You can even do the dry emboss like I mentioned before with the hot foil plates. You can do that with these as well. And actually the first card is dried embossed. So here's the first sample here. I believe she dried embossed. Maybe she did do ink. It's a little hard to tell. She did do ink. It's very tone on tone, but really pretty, nice and subtle. These are so great for really elegant cards. Look at this gorgeous one. She definitely used black ink, did the better press. Love the way that looks. And then we have another letterpress and foil plate. This one is the Best Wishes letterpress and foil plate. Really, really awesome. Love a bunch of sentiments. So we have Best Wishes. Thank you. I know they're definitely mirrored for you guys because that's how they are in real life because you into your paper. We have thinking of you, yay, hello, sending smiles. So some great general all-purpose sentiments in this set. And we have some beautiful cards. Look at this stunning card. She did the Better Press black ink. Love it. So, and if you're not Better Press, it's like a letterpress kind of technique. You ink it up and it actually not only stamps it, but it actually makes an impression, pushes it into the paper. So it's actually got some texture. It's a really like real letterpress. And here she foiled with it. So back again, you can also foil with these letterpress and foil plates. Really pretty. And here's another one where she used the Better Press and did a spray. Well, did the spray background first and then did the Better Press on top of it. I think this was Sika. Yeah, really great. And here's another letterpress and foil plate. This one is Happy Birthday. Has some a great font. Kind of like, reminds me of like a circus kind of. And you have some like flourishes and stars around it. Look at this beautiful one where she did the letterpress, but with like an ombre. Really cool. That looks gorgeous. Really simple here with a little bit of blending on a background. Love that like nice white or black outline. Then we have this one here with the with one of the bold prints, which is what we're going to move to next. After we do one more letterpress and foil plate. This is the Thank You Flowers letterpress and foil plate. Beautiful roses here. Oh, it's back on? Oh, my husband says it's back on. Yay! I'll have to see if I can get my back in the StreamYard. Oh my gosh, it's working. This one's really pretty. You can move these flowers around wherever you want on your panel. And look at how beautiful. She used it twice. Let me mute here. Huh, interesting. Wow, Ralph, I'm so impressed you got back in. All right, my poor kids. Did you hear them back when they're like, oh, Mom, it's been going long, we're hungry. So I've got to hurry up, huh? But look at how beautiful that is. I love this one. I love the soft colors. And then, oh my gosh, so pretty, this one. She did some really elaborate coloring, paired it again with that. I'm telling you, I'm in love with this Smile Friend Stampin' Cut. So good. I can see the chat again. Yes, I'm so happy about that. Yeah, I know, Carol. I'm sorry. I'm having some real weird I'm actually I'm on my cellular right now for my phone anyways. So not the best, not ideal, but it did keep the live going because I completely lost internet on my computer or my whole house actually. All right, so that was all the letterpress and foil plates. We're on home stretch, guys. We have bold prints, some infinity dies, some transfers, and then we've seen the whole release. Woohoo! So, bold prints. Like stencils, bold prints are one of my favorites. They're so great for backgrounds. They're so great for a ton of techniques. They're just like stencils. I can't have enough of them. I love them so much. They're so fun. This one is stunning, 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 stunning. Oh, Vicki, you love it too, right? It's so good, right? So good. This is the Abstract Crisscross, I think it says bold print, doesn't say background. So gorgeous. Love how it kind of gets smaller. It'll draw your eye in. This is a great stamp. I'll use it a ton. You've seen it already on backgrounds already. So it's definitely a good one. Yes, right, Vicki? They're the best. You got to go check them out, right? Yay, bold prints love. I hear ya. That's why I was happy Ralph had a bold prints too. I was like, yes, more bold prints. Woohoo. I can't wait to play with this composition one more. I've got an idea in my head. I can't wait to use it. But look at this nice and simple background. I believe she inked it up and then maybe even spritzed it with some water. Really pretty. Paired it again with the friend. Love how you can see the whole thing. This one, so pretty. She definitely used bunches of different inks, spritzed it with water and stamped it. Really, really great. And I think the birthday card I showed you not that long ago on this one here, yeah. I did the same technique to that pretty much. I just didn't use, I actually like her so much better. She used it kind of more randomly. I used it in like a very ombre way, but both fun. Same technique, just a different approach. Funny how different your results can be, right? Oh, it does kind of look like an illusion, right? Optical illusion in a good way. Then we have rain texture bold prints. Look at this one. This would be great for backgrounds. You can use it like kind of the name suggests as rain, obviously, in a scene, but it would work for just plain backgrounds too. Like you see on this card here, it just adds some texture to the background. It doesn't always have to read as rain, which I love. And she did some embossing powder and a little bit of ink blending. Really, really pretty, stunning background. I love the texture, love the shine. Really gorgeous. And then our last bold prints is this one here. This is the abstract, I think it's abstract. Yep, feather bold prints. I'm gonna carefully try, I found it. The card that I showed earlier with the I appreciate you. You can see here it's on this card. Really pretty. Sorry for the choppiness, guys. I know I can see it. It's because I had to move to my cellular, and I don't think I can move back very easily without fear of losing everything. And then now we're going to move on to the affinity dies. There's 3. First up is the Pointed Arches Infinity dies. The Infinity Hero Arts makes some of the best nesting dies out there. You get a ton in the set. They're such a great value. And this one is been used on a bunch of cards. It's like, again, it's great for kind of narrowing your canvas of a card, so you don't have to feel like you have to fill your card, that front, so much. You can just kind of use it. Like that first bunny card I showed you was a really great example of that. I am not sure if I'm going to, I found it. I was like, there's no way I'm going to find it. See how she used it to draw your eye into the focal point and give it some, so it didn't feel like it was floating out there. It gives it it grounds it a little bit. These are just so handy. I'm sure you guys understand how handy it is to have nesting dies. And I love the shape of this one. Again, it's the Pointed Arches Infinity dies. Yeah, right. They give you great value. And here's a sample real quick. She stacked 2 of those Pointed Arches die cuts. Oh, and this is another example of that abstract feather background too. Yeah, it brings your eye to focus on it. And it grounds it a little bit too. So it doesn't feel like that bunny's just floating around in the background. It kind of goes, oh, well, the bunny's in like a little window or something. It just feels like it's grounded. Love how she did this. It's so pretty. This is really elegant. And then we have this scalloped squares. Oh, I said it right. Scalloped squares infinity dies. Really great. Look at this one down here in the center. It's basically a flower. That's cool. And she used it here with this bunny. It made the bunny kind of peek around the corner. She did have to pair it with a square, which we may obviously have square nesting dies as well. But that was a great idea with that bunny. And then here we have the rounded jewel infinity dies. This one's really pretty. This one I'm going to be using a ton. I love it because even these smaller ones can be used as leaves, right? But these are great to kind of do squares and almost make flowers. There's so much you could do with this one. This one's really, really good. Yes, see, Ralph agrees. It's a good one. And look at this beautiful card. She basically kind of made flowers with it or made a background with that. Isn't it so brilliant? And she used different sizes, which I don't think I would have been that clever. And I think that really made it more interesting. I can't wait to play with that one more. Natasha, so good. And I don't know if you can see, she did also stamp that rain bold prints in the background here to add a little texture, just white heat emboss. Really, really well done. So much, yeah. All right, and now we're on to transfers. It's the last bit, but there are a lot of transfers, I won't lie. We're really loving our transfers over here, Arts. They're so fun. And there's a lot of techniques that I think I'm excited to share with you in the future with them. This one is the floral and balloon bicycle transfers. Ooh, that's a mouthful. Floral and balloon bicycle transfers. Really fun. A bunch of different bikes. I love the balloons off of them. And you get some flowers for fun too. These are just so great to play with and kind of just, if you're really into like designing your cards, transfers are such a fun way to just get right into the designing part. You don't have to color, you don't have to die cut. You can just start putting your images together and make your scenes. And look at how cute she framed it with that pointed arches, with one of the bikes. Really, really pretty. They are cool again. And they work. They work so well. I know I've heard. I have to admit, I didn't use transfers. Transfers are a little bit before my time, even though I've been crafting a long time. But I did hear that they were hard to use before. But guys, I've done a lot with these transfers. They're so easy to use, very forgiving, and tons of fun. This one is the birthday party transfers. This one's going to be used a ton. I'm trying to double check. I feel like there's more in here than 2. Are there more in here than 2? This one feels so thick. There are a lot in here. This one has 4. Is that a mistake? I'm going to have to look that one up. I'm going to have to look that one up. Usually they're only 2 unless they say, I don't know. Yes, Carol says they're 1,000% better, right? Yes, they're so much easier to use. This one is the birthday party hero transfers. This one I know will be used a ton because I know you guys make a ton of birthday cards. And I love this idea. Like if I forgot to make somebody a birthday card, I could make one really, really quick. And there are definitely 2 in here. I have to look up this floral and bike, balloon and bike one and make sure that, I'm not sure how many is supposed to come with that one. 4 seems like a lot. I think that might have been a mistake. But typically there's 2, and I know there's 2 in this one because it doesn't feel thick like that one. But let's show you some cards. Look at how great this one is. She used it on vellum. What a good idea. And you can actually overlap them. See how they, just like real balloons, when you overlap, they're a little transparent, so you can kind of see the other transfer between. Love that. So creative. Balloons were a great idea for transfers. Oh, for a box. Yeah. And when Ralph was talking about that you could use them like stickers, when we went to NAFTA one year, we did a whole door with transfers. So yeah, they totally work like stickers. And it was so fun and easy to do. Here she created a whole kind of like background with her transfers. I love that. And I don't know if you guys can see, this is actually texture to this panel. So she did these transfers on a little bit of texture. This panel was dry embossed with one of the color layering marble stencils. I'm not sure if I'm able to show you the little bit of texture that there's there, but it does have a little texture, which I think is nice too. Ralph, you're helping me out so much. I can't. Oh, there are 4. Wow, guys, that's a great value. There's 4 in here. Holy smokes. Wowies. Thank you, Ralph. Ralph's helping me out so much. I feel very, very fortunate. Next up is the collage backgrounds part 2 hero transfers. Now this one is for sure, this 5 sheets. And each one of these sheets are different. So that's why I can't say all of them are 2. And now I really can't say all of them 2 now that I know those bicycle ones are 4. But we have like kind of a, you know what, let me pull them out. Because you're going to want to see them. Because these are really great for mixed media again. And I know I have some mixed media fans out there in our audience. We have some text. Looks like kind of almost like what you'd find in a dictionary or an encyclopedia or footnotes or something. Let's see, there we go. This looks like pages from a book. Love how there's some even bigger. And then we have this one here, like a map. music notes, and then some more kind of like script, cursive, not legible. It's in another language, so you can't distinguish what it says. So great for mixed media. I love the transfers, especially for mixed media projects. They're such an easy and for sure way to get, you know, like some solid print onto your background. All right, and look at this beautiful card. She used this for a background. She used some more, the map up here, some more of the script, some of the music notes. Love how you can combine all of them together. And then she added some hero paste through a stencil. This is a stunning card. This is one of my favorites. Rachel did such a great job. So good. And then just like this is also 5 sheets. And I know you really can't see this at all. It looks completely white. It's the same 5 sheets that I just showed you. So these are the white collage background part. Did I say college before? White collage background transfer sheets. So these same 5 here, but in white. And that's a super fun idea too, because now you can put like, she could, if she used these, she could put white text and map and notes on that background. So really cool. I love that different. That opens a whole nother possibility, like not just being black all the time. And then we have the antique collage hero transfers. These are very unique. Kind of this subtle gray over the whole thing. This is like one big transfer sheet. And you can see here she used it in the background. So basically this whole background is a transfer. Really pretty. I love that. And she put it over like a wash or a blended background. That's how she added the color. So clever to do that. I don't think I would have ever thought to do that. That's a brilliant idea. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Adam. Add them to a canvas, definitely. These are so fun. Aren't they pretty? This is the pansy transfers. Lots of beautiful pansies, bunches of different colors. We got blue and orange and red and purple, of course. Really pretty. We have a tag here by Natasha. So good. I love how she used them in a kind of a mixed media look. I would never have thought to do that, and it worked so well, but she's also a master at it. So if I tried, it would not have looked good. And then here, this one's so clever because she used the pansies on acetate. So she applied them to acetate. Can you see that the plastic, the shine around there? Cut them out and assembled like this beautiful kind of cascading arrangement of the pansies. I would, again, never thought to do that. That's such a good idea with the transfers, is to put them on acetate. And I love how they take away some of the shine so you can actually see it. Sometimes acetate can be so shiny you can't really see it. So brilliant. Such a good idea. Natasha, really clever. And you can see our next transfer here on her card, these frames here. This is another super fun one. Again, I think you could actually use it with mixed media styled projects. This is the ornate frames transfers. So a bunch of these frames, some sentiments too, little flourishes here and there. Really, really good. She is so good, right? So brilliant how she uses product. I would not have thought to do some of the things she does. And here's a card I made with that ornate frames. Kept it pretty simple, just transferred the frame onto actually some watercolor paper, as well as some sentiments from that set, and then did a like watercolor, real simple watercolor rainbow over it. And the again, those transfers resist. So they resisted the watercolor, but are still white underneath, so they stay nice and bold and crisp. Because the transfers are not completely opaque. They are a bit transparent. So you got to take that in mind. If you were to put them on too dark cardstock, that's going to affect the color. They're going to get darker. So you have to keep that in mind. All right. That is the whole release. Ooh, oh, no, except for 2 more things. I forgot. You're going to want to see these. We have some new embossing powders. So our previous embossing powders were purple, gold, copper. These are iridescent. These are new. We have some new iridescent embossing powders. We had 4 previously. I'm trying to grab them all. Blue. Okay. Iridescent blue, copper, gold, and purple. We've added 3 more. So we now have iridescent bronze, iridescent green, and iridescent lavender. And these actually we chose these colors, even though I know it doesn't sound like it completes the rainbow, but we chose them because they actually kind of complete our iridescent embossing powder rainbow. And here's the swatches to show you. These are the new colors we added. This one here, that's the lavender. Let me rearrange it. That's the lavender that we added. This right here is the green that we added. And this right here is the bronze that we added to the line. So the 2 ends and the middle, really pretty. And the iridescent powders, the reason why you see kind of 2 strips here, they really shine best, I think, on black or dark cardstock. So this half here is the dark cardstock. This is the light cardstock. But you can still see, even on the white or cardstock, it does have like an iridescent shine. But some of them are pretty clear almost, except for these 3 here, the green, the gold, and the copper. But the rest of them will be their like true color on dark cardstock, and they're really fun. The iridescent, I have a fun reel that I'm working on to share with you guys with them there, because they're really cool. So 3 new iridescent embossing powders, and then we have some new enamel dots. I'm going to grab them here. Hopefully I threw everything on top of them, so I hope I have them all. Oh yeah, I do. So we have quite a bit of enamel dots if you're not familiar with our enamel dots before. We have like clear, we have black and white, and then we have all these colors but in solids. Now we have transparent. Is that what they're calling them? Translucent. I guess transparent is completely see-through. I always get those 2 mixed up. This is translucent ones. So, and I have the solid. Let me grab them here to compare. So here's the solid here that we've already released, and these are the new translucent. So we have greens. This is the blues, solid, translucent. Enamel dots are always so handy. This is the aquas, solid, translucent. The purple, solid, the new translucent. Pink. Hi, Rosie. We shared a bunch of your cards today, Rosie. They're all so good. Oh, you guys are too kind. This live was a little bit of a hot mess. I apologize. Hopefully, I don't have internet problems in the future. Here is the pink, translucent, and solid. And then lastly, we have sunset, which is orange and yellow and some red. Solid, sunset, translucent. So all the translucent are the new enamel dots. Phew. Okay, that's everything. There's a couple things I want to talk to you about real quick. I'm sure you guys want to stay in here, and I promise they're going to be quick because I know, according to my kids, this live has gone on forever. Let me switch over. All right, I think you guys can hear me. Great, I can hear myself. Yay, internet again, so it shouldn't be choppy. Apologize for the internet. I don't know why it just all of a sudden crashed. And even my phone crashed as it was connected to the internet, obviously. So but luckily I was able to go to the cellular and not completely lose everything. And thanks, Ralph, so much. I was like, I didn't even know if I was still live. It looked like I was still live, but I wasn't sure. Ooh. Okay. Last thing I wanted to share. Let me hop over to our things. So we were, in addition to our spring catalog release of all those awesome new products, including Ralph's amazing new line, we also did announce our stamp along teachers. Several of them were here in our chat, and I wanted to say like, hey, Ralph is going to be a teacher. Mindy's going to be a teacher. So yeah, several of them are here in our chat. Charlene's going to be a teacher. She was here in our chat too. But our stamp along, our spring stamp along is now finally up, available to purchase. We released it or opened it up for purchase with the spring catalog release. Let me pop up the teachers here so you can see. Yay, that's our amazing new line of teachers for this stamp along. So great. I'm so excited. It's going to be an awesome event. It is April 13th through 14th. Right now you can purchase the event. It is at early bird pricing, so it's a little bit of a discount. It's $45. It's going to be a 2-day event. It's going to take place Saturday and Sunday that weekend. And if you've never attended a stamp along before, they're really, really fun. They're just a great community of card makers, a bunch of lessons. And if you can't attend those days, everything will be saved for you. So if you purchase the event, you're going to basically get access to all those videos of the live event that you can watch at your leisure whenever it's convenient for you. So, and it's a really great value. So you're going to get all those teachers classes for $45 right now with the early bird pricing. Really, really great. And I also want to show you, so in addition to these amazing teachers, we also released the bundle. Now the bundle is a group of products that the teachers will be using, including, you can see the composition bold prints and some of the transfers from Ralph's line, including those awesome products. These are the products that the teachers will be using in the stamp along. You do not have to purchase the bundle to participate in the stamp along. We do that because we want to make it affordable for everybody. So you can make a lot of substitutions if you feel like you need to, because we do try to focus our projects, our lessons on kind of techniques. So they shouldn't be so product based. And we will go as we get closer to the stamp along date, again, which is April 13th, 14th, we will be sharing sneak peeks and full pictures of the projects that the teachers are going to create. I will do a couple of lives to actually walk through the products and how they're being used to help you make substitutions if you feel like you need to. But the bundle right now is up and available, and you can definitely go check it out and see what's in there. And again, you don't have to purchase the bundle to participate or join the stamp along. So don't feel like that's necessary. That's, again, intentional, because we encourage substitutions. We really do. In fact, I get excited when people substitute products, because I like to see how they take that technique and apply it with different products. It's just really exciting to see them make it their own. And then the next thing I want to share with you, the last thing, is that you guys are getting a little heads up notice. You lucky people who stayed around through all my troubles for this very long overview. We are doing a freebie Friday. So this Friday, tomorrow's Friday. Woo! Okay, tomorrow. So just a little heads up. If you decide you want to purchase anything from the spring catalog, you might want to hold out till tomorrow, because with $35 orders or more, you will get this free cover plate die. This is a $19.99 value. So basically a $20 free giveaway with a $35 purchase. A really, really awesome freebie Friday. And this cover plate die is gorgeous. So definitely one I'm sure you'll want to add to your collection. So definitely keep that in mind. We will be sharing that info. I don't think you need a code or anything. I think it just starts tomorrow, but definitely go to the website and get all the details. We'll be sharing it again tomorrow. And it's only for one day. So if there's definitely something you want to purchase from the spring catalog or any of our other releases, our current February, I had to remember what month it was, our current February release. Definitely maybe hold out till tomorrow, because you're going to want to get this freebie. It's really a generous, really awesome promotion. Yeah, it's a great deal, guys. So I know, Ralph, right? A free cover plate die, that's a steal. It really is. And so, yeah, if you want to get Ralph stuff, and then you can get a freebie too. So you don't want to miss out. And let me figure out how to put that away again. All right. thank you guys so much for being patient with me with our technical problems. I apologize. And a big thank you to Ralph for joining us for the live and also helping me when I did have all those crazy technical problems. And I will see you guys in the next live. I'm thinking, when were we doing another one? Probably not until the next release. So, whew. Thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I will see you again real soon. Thank you, everybody. Bye.